Hello, everybody, and we are back. We actually had some problems with the internet. There was actually an outage in the region, and therefore the broadcast had to be stopped here. But hey, we are still here. We are back and fired up to once again, of course, show you guys some nice games in the Olympiad. So I'm Roland Pruijssers, and I'm here with Anna, of course. And let's dive straight into the games because actually we've got a big surprise. This is Anish, and Anish Giri played with the Black Fleeces, and he actually resigned actually in this game. Not looking too hot for the Dutch team in general. While the outage was there, I actually checked their games to see if they were doing well, but it seems that Italy is, yeah, giving them a some sort of a beating. Yeah, this is not looking good at all. So let's take a look at one of the games that's still going on. So we've got here Jordan van Verreest versus the Verni Daniel. And yeah, do you think that Jordan has a chance to make things right for the Netherlands? Or do you think it's just draw?
I think the position is more or less equal. I'd even prefer black maybe in this position, but it's about equal, yes. And sorry for this inconvenience. There was a technical problem, but we are back, and I am very glad about it.
Yeah, me too. Obviously, I couldn't wait to see how the Netherlands got a beating. Yeah, that is not nice. I wish that they did a lot better here. Also, there we have already got a result between board five. The Netherlands lost there as well, so board one and board five lost. I'm trying to find some good games so that I can get my spirits up. This is very traumatizing for me. I really hope that they're doing well. My buddies, my team. Uh, okay, this is let's take a look
Oh,
at
this is a good game for the team you are rooting for. I believe Anna Hast is completely winning this game versus Marina Brunello. She's exchange the pawn up, and yeah, it looks just completely winning.
Yeah, I think so too. She was winning an exchange. She was winning an exchange early on in the game, and now it's more or less a technically.
G5, G5 attacking the bishop and the rook.
Ooh, that sounds pretty
Sounds good
yummy.
for your team, no?
Yes, it is. I'm very happy. There we go.
I should
One
play it.
point, at least 1 point. Yeah.
1 point, yeah. Where can we find some more points? So it's 1-1. Anish,
Let's
Anna
take a look
1.
at this position. The women's board, Sakwenpeng playing on board one against Olga Zimina. So yeah, this is yeah.
This is looking cool for black. Black is a pawn up and they are attacking.
Mm-hmm.
And another pawn on g4.
Yeah, queen takes g4. So yeah, once again, round two, pool C, everybody. If you want to see the results, we are keeping that updated and you can see them on the left. Yeah, this is looking good for black, isn't it? Just push h5, h4 or something. Looks pretty solid. Yeah,
At
h5.
h5, h4 sounds drier
This
for
looks,
white.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
it
closing
looks.
in on time trouble though. And this a pawn, I do wish that this pawn was gone, but yeah, queen h2 for queen g4, very good move. And then collecting another pawn. It seems that this is over. This looks very winning to me for black. So let's move on to another game that might be a little more exciting.
Yeah, I
Um,
believe that the beginning kind of broke into a switch, but now it's getting better and better. Yeah, women's boards. That's all because of the women's, because the girls starts
yeah,
winning, and now yeah, we got some points.
yeah, exactly. They are keeping the Netherlands alive in this match, and it's actually it's looking like it's going to be a 3-3 from what I'm seeing. But anyways, the Netherlands, of course, not the only team that is playing. Let's see if I can find.
What
Uh,
about Spain? Spain or Slovenia?
I'm looking at that. So this was a game that we checked before the outage as well, before we had to do a what is it, intermediate break. Yeah, this is a draw between David and board one, between Spain and what is it again? Slovenia.
Slovenia, yes. Black is a pawn up, but it's opposite colored bishops endgame, and it's very difficult to make progress here. That's why draw was agreed, logical result.
Mhm.
On this, in the second board, what happened?
This is a resignation from white, so that means another point for Spain here. Okay, let's see if I can find a game that's still going on. Laura Unuk from Slovenia playing against Anamat Nadzebu. Um, Black seems to be doing very good. Does white have some sort of...
But white just have some chances here to save the game. The position is
Mhm.
not good, but there are some chances.
I think so too. Take here, h takes. It's the wrong colored bishop as well that might come into play later. What about knight d8?
Maybe rook d7
d7,
with a
check.
check. Maybe
King
knight d4,
d4,
a bit solid.
knight
Or
d4. Yeah, at knight d4, probably move like king f7. I don't know, this king on e4 looks very, very nice. And yeah,
maybe
why?
rook a8. Rook a8, I taken on a7, and I don't see the way to protect this pawn, to be honest.
Might have been very good, yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
try to capture this pawn here. Looks very good. All right. Yeah, we'll see what is going on in the game right now. So a few moves are being played. This is looking pretty scary, don't you think?
don't
For
be
black,
scared.
I think black is doing all right. You don't want to trade rooks now. Be careful. This is devastating. But
No, there is still king g5.
there's still king
That you
d5.
just lose the pawn, but
You're still very sure.
nothing
I was testing
trivial.
you here. No, okay, I was joking. I didn't see that. Okay, h5, really good move. And then can you? What's? I think white's in deep trouble here. I don't see a way out.
Mm, yeah, I didn't like all these knight maneuvers. I don't know what to do now.
Just no, this looks good for black. Yeah. All
It
right,
looks
let's
good for
see.
black. What is happening on the other boards?
Yeah, this is the only game left in that match,
Okay.
by the way. So let's see if I can find some games that are still going on. What's this? This looks like a repetition, if I'm not mistaken. This is North Macedonia versus Estonia, board one, it seems. Yeah, there was a repetition like this, and black was having a lot more fun with these pawns. So let's move on. This game is going on still. Let me
So we
see.
have only two games in progress.
Yeah, only two games that I can see so far. I'm trying to collect the games that are still that are online. Yeah, because of the outage, we couldn't follow every game, unfortunately, but we do have some nice time scramble situations for you guys. Let's take a look. Knight d6. This is actually the last game going on together with the Laura Unuk game. So, but this looks over, yeah. Knight takes
Yeah,
e5.
it looks like completely winning for white. Maybe let's follow Laura's game because that game may be important for the match score.
Yeah, I think that Spain is currently in the lead. So if Laura wins this, then it will be a draw, it seems, in the match. Yeah, and yeah, but so far it's just looking really, really good for black. I mean, black needs to be careful not to lose on time, of course, or to have some, yeah, at least to keep her time under control. Okay, King G6, and also, of course, not allow perpetual somewhere.
Just
Okay,
kidding.
it seems to be just winning. King H7, that's fine. It's three pawns, that's way too much, right? Yeah, just push every pawn that you can.
One more pawn is running.
I don't see any perpetuals or something. Yeah, rook d2 is fine. What do you think? Does white still have chances? Well, one
I'm
idea would
trying to
be
find some.
maybe try to get a knight to f6 when it's a perpetual.
Mm-hmm. Maybe yes. Maybe 96 is a good idea.
White can actually also take this guy, but
Take this guy and rook d2, rook h4. So maybe black shouldn't.
Just
Shouldn't
a4,
have.
just running. Go ahead.
What about the rook endgame? Is it draw? Is it?
Hmm,
It may be a draw.
king is cut off.
King is cut off, and these pawns are actually weak.
Yeah, I think the king is also close enough, so I don't think this is a very good try. But it's also a good bishop here on f4, so it doesn't make a lot of sense to trade the knight for the bishop. You can just start running, I would say. Okay, Laura doing very well, but she still has some ways to go. Yeah, okay, pawn is being pushed. Now, all she needs to do is somehow get the bishop over here or something. And then it should be winning. Four.
E4.
But knight takes
Knight takes,
e4.
bishop if bishop f5 can I mean rook c2, king d5,
e4
yes.
was not a good move. Rook c2, king d5. The bishop still cannot go over here. And actually, there's also a small threat in the position with knight f6.
It seems like everything was scrambled in the time trouble because she gave one pawn on g3, now another pawn, and I'm not sure it's winning anymore.
Oh boy, what happens after knight f6? Is that a winning move?
The rook is hanging.
Oh, haha, another test, and you got that. Okay,
Yes,
so
you have been streaming for how many hours already? So please understand if we miss some simple things because we have been working since morning, but we will try not to blunder anything. We are trying our best.
Of course, of course. Yeah, we're doing everything without an engine, everybody, that as well. You can see the evaluations on the left, but we're trying to think for ourselves.
Yeah, but we don't see the lines. We see the evaluation, but we
Yeah,
don't see
we
the
don't
line.
see the
That's the
lines.
funny part.
We just see the evaluations, everybody. So,
Okay, thinking about this position, simply knight c3, bringing the game to the rook with, rook with the
it's gonna
bishop
be a
versus the rook.
really long game then.
Yes, but I want us to work longer. Oh,
Let's see.
Magify. No, but sometimes yeah,
No,
king g6. And how are you going to stop the pawn now?
knight
Just
f4.
queen, 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 and that's it. Yeah.
Oh,
I told you knight c3. I mean, I suggested a better option.
yeah, you did. Okay, let's take a look. Now black has a queen. It should be over. Let's take a look. So in this position, the brilliant idea was knight c3 here. So
Well, brilliant, you know.
yeah.
That's the
Well,
idea to
it's
make it
nice.
safer and yeah, to have an
Yeah.
easy
So
game.
let's take a look. Yeah. So once again, to illustrate your point, in this position, knight c3 would have been good. If black can only take with the rook, and after that, rook takes a2. It's theoretically a draw, rook versus bishop, rook and bishop versus rook. But yeah, this could go on for at least 50 moves. So yeah, we were hoping for this, of course. That would be a lot of fun. Yeah, to
I was
explain this whole
hoping
ending.
Roland didn't hope so much. I think you're happy that this didn't occur in the
Oh,
game.
I love endings like this. I actually did an instruction video on my channel at some point about this. So yeah, I was hoping for this, but this actually means that this is the last result of this round. Let me check everyone.
By the way, was this game important for the match score?
Let's take a look. It seems like it. From what I saw, Spain was leading with 1 point difference. So that means that Laura, I think she tied the score here. But if I'm not mistaken,
If she did it, it's like a very important win for Slovenia.
yeah. So on the left, yeah.
You have to wait some time for the update.
Mhm.
No, it's the standings from the previous round, yes? Not from this
Yeah,
one.
that's true. But
So,
do we
and
have all the, yeah, we have the results, everybody. Look on the left side of the board. To the left, please. Take a look at Spain. Spain 3-3 against Slovenia. My math was straight on. I'm very happy about that. Italy, Netherlands. 3-3. So they did not win one of their games yet. At least they managed to make a draw thanks to the two women of the Netherlands. So that makes me very happy. They pulled the card in this match. And Estonia losing against North Macedonia with 4.5, 1.5. Jordan winning against Albania 4.5, 1.5. And last but not least, Portugal losing, unfortunately for them, against Switzerland with 4.5. 1.5 points. Now, let's see if we've got the standings. It seems that we do. Yeah, so here you go, everybody. We've got the standings after round two from Pool C. Switzerland with the only country who has 2 out of 2. Spain, 1.5 out of 2. Italy, also 1.5 out of 2. And then some group with half of the match points. Right. Another big upset again. Yeah, the Netherlands drawing again against Italy and Switzerland actually taking the lead.
Yes, I would even say we have 3 surprises, in my opinion. Netherlands drew both of their first matches, which is a big surprise because Netherlands were the favorites in both of the matches. The second surprise is the team of Slovenia, who managed to draw also 2 of the matches, but they were clear underdogs while playing with the Netherlands and Spain. And the third surprise is that Switzerland is leading at the moment, but there are many more matches to go.
Yeah, of course. All right. And that will mean that we are once again going on a short break. So once again, apologies everybody for the outage. There was not much that we could do about it, but hey, we are up to date again and we are moving on to our normal schedule. So yeah, we'll be back in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. And yeah, with more coverage of the 2020 Olympiad.
We will be back soon. See you soon.
Yeah, and we are back. No outage this time, so everything is looking very good on our end. Yeah, welcome back, everybody. Once again, 2020 online Olympiad, and I'm still here with Anna. Yeah, that was a bit of a shock for us too. We were, of course, yeah, suddenly out of the air, but we are once again back. And yeah, we've got some nice games for you in store. So, Anna, yeah, what is, of course, what's like the moment so far in Pool C? What was the thing that you that's is stuck on your mind at the moment?
The thing that stuck in my mind is our, connection break.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm very glad that everything was fixed and now everything is okay. Hello, everyone. Once again, I am Anna Muzychuk here today with Grandmaster Roland Pruijssers, and we are commentating on Division 2 of FIDE Online Chess Olympiad. What about the games? We have already seen many surprises, and I believe that the fight is in full swing, right?
absolutely. Yeah, we are only at the start, of course. This event is going to this division, I should say, is actually going to be in the broadcast. Yeah, for the whole weekend, more or less. Okay, English is sometimes a bit hard, but there you go. Yeah, the whole weekend, this Olympiad will last, at least for Division 2. And as you can see, we are now covering Pool C with the surprising leader, Switzerland, at the moment. And then we've got Spain and Italy right behind Switzerland, and then a bunch of countries with 2 points, and Portugal and Estonia in last place. Let's take a look once again at the round three in Pool C. What is the match to watch? Well, in my opinion, is actually Switzerland versus Spain. That's the number one and number two in this against the number two in this round. And then, of course, well, I'm always watching the Netherlands. I can't help it. It's like I really hope that they're doing well. Netherlands playing against one of the bottom teams at the moment, Estonia. So that could be a good match for them to come back. But of course, Estonia, not a country to be underestimated. So yeah, we're gonna have a good time, I think. Spain, Switzerland, very interesting to follow. But that's not all. Let's take a look at the standings of the other pools that we've seen so far. For example, Pool A was earlier in the morning, Pool B as well, and in Pool A, Germany is taking the lead, and in Pool B, as you guys can see, it is Slovakia taking the lead so far, and now we are in Pool C, and actually later, we're also going to see Pool D and Pool E, and Pool D is actually starting together with the round three of Pool C. So we'll give you an update on that round as well. As you can see, Iceland playing against Norway, Chile playing against Croatia, Sweden playing against Ireland, Serbia playing against Guatemala, and Turkey playing against Denmark. That is also a very nice pool to watch. I think a lot is going to happen there. But of course, for now, we're stuck with round three in Pool C with Switzerland and Spain as the main match here. The games are close to starting, I think. But yeah, what do you think? Does Switzerland have a good chance against Spain?
I think Switzerland, Spain is a real clash. I believe Spain has better chances to win this match, but everything can happen. And I really hope Netherlands to bounce back and finally to win their first match for today. We will root for this team because I have no choice. My partner is from the Netherlands, so I can't do anything against it.
It's impossible. I mean, my fan support for my countrymen is just like it's a feeling I cannot ignore. No, we're joking. We're of course impartial commentators here. We're just having a bit of fun there. And actually, let me check if the games are already starting. That's of course what we're going for. Let's see. I've got yes, there you go. Noel Studer with the white pieces against David Anton Guillermo. Your first thoughts on this position, board one?
Oh, already something complicated. I don't know
Mhm.
this line. I thought it was Sicilian, but looking into the score sheet, I saw that it was actually some kind of King's Indian, which later on transformed to the Marozzi type of position of the Sicilian with the bishop on d3, which is a bit unusual. Usually the bishop is on e2 in these systems. And bishop e6 played, offering this exchange, which white actually accepted. White took on e6, f takes e6. So why did black allow that? I mean, they gave the bishop, but on the other hand, they opened the f file for the rook. And with the pawn on e6, they have better control over the center. So now some moves like knight d5 are not possible for white.
Yeah, I agree. It's an interesting setup. You see bishop e6 ideas in, for example, a dragon. There are some dragon lines where bishop e6 is a very common move. But yeah, I'm not sure if this structure is worth it for black. I mean, you are controlling d5. But on the other hand, white does have still the more space and still has the bishop pair. So, but a move that comes to mind is now, for example, a move like knight h5. Maybe you can make use of this f file and also maybe open up the bishop so that there's maybe some potential there. What do you think?
I like your suggestion, and also the move like knight h5. Maybe white has to do something like queen d2 now, and if the bishop comes to e5, then f4. I am not completely sure about it, but I think that if we allow the knight coming to f4, that this will be a bit unpleasant for white.
Okay, let's see. Um, yeah, I think that this is good for, yeah, still, I like still white. I think there are ways to counter this f4 idea. You could play f4 yourself, for example, or b4 and then maybe 92 at some point. But yeah, just a sec. Very interesting game at least. Yeah, this pawn structure you don't see very often. Okay, let's take a quick look at board two at the moment. Do you know anything about this opening?
It's still, yeah, it's Caro-Kann, the main line with third move e5, advanced Caro-Kann.
Yeah.
So we can quickly check the game from the very beginning because there are only 7 moves played, so it's not so long. Yeah, e5, bishop e5, and c5, bishop e3, knight c6, and d takes c5. I don't think d takes c5 is the main move. I believe that castle and c4 are more popular in this position. But if Alexei Shiro played d takes c5, this can't be a bad move.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, from what I know, actually, c takes d4 is one of the main lines here. I think there was a novelty played by Daniel Stelwagen somewhere in 2006, I believe. And since then, it's a very popular idea for black to play knight e7 and then knight c6. And it was actually called the novelty of the year, I think, in 2006. Somewhere around that, don't I cannot put my hand on it, but somewhere around there, I did know that Daniel Stelbach was the first to play this. But okay, Black
And
has played
also,
something else.
I can mention that queen b6 here leading to some crazy lines where black takes on b2 is also possible, but you have to know a lot of theory.
Yeah, I know this line as well. It's very topical nowadays, actually. The Katakan is a really popular opening nowadays. Okay, d takes c5, knight g e7. So probably a move like bishop d4 at some point, but yeah, we are very close into the opening. I think we should just move on to a game that has been progressed a little already a bit more. For example, this one, board three between Spain and Switzerland, more or less. Yeah, what do you think? Did White do a good job here, or?
Just a second, I'll have to understand what's going on. White already has a two pairs bishop advantage, but I don't like the bishop on b2 so much because it's kind of a bit passive. Also, white has problems with developing the knight from b1 because if we develop it to c3 or to d2, the pawn on d4 will be unprotected, so we have to take care of that. Maybe first playing c3 and then knight d2.
I guess black's
Oh.
gonna play c5 then.
Yeah, black plays c5. Also, the knight on f5. If it stays there, it will be like a strong knight because it's putting the pressure on the d4 square. But
Yeah.
if white manages to push g4, somehow not allowing knight h4, then this knight will be in some troubles.
Yeah, I agree. But I don't see a clear way. Sometimes you play knight a3 and knight c2 to support the d4 pawn. But let's say you do it right now. Then after c takes, you can actually still take the pawn in this way, following up by knight takes f3. And yeah,
Yeah, bishop
white's in
d6
a little
is
bit of
still
trouble.
unclear, but
Yeah, maybe it's still unclear, but well,
maybe good. Bishop
maybe.
d6, knight f5, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking if black cannot castle, then white is actually very good here. But I don't. I think that black is able to castle bishop d6, knight f5, and the next move short castle. Yeah, just some general ideas. It's not what's happening in the game. In the game happened bishop g4. Like we said, the f5 knight is something that needs to be pushed away. And here after g6, it is white to move actually. So yeah, taking here followed by knight d2 could be an idea, but it's very double-edged at the moment. All right, let's see if I can find another interesting position. This one looks okay. Seems to be a Catalan opening between what I think is the youth board, board 5. So yeah.
And Spain has a very strong player on the youth board, Lance Henderson. He's just 16 or 17. I played once with him some years ago at Gibraltar Open, yes. And I won somehow, but in that tournament he beat many grandmasters, and I think he even got the grandmaster norm there.
All right. Well, in front of his name it says
He's
grandma.
already
So,
grandmaster, yeah, but I'm speaking
yeah.
what happened some years ago.
Yeah. Well, that means that he's just one of the biggest talents out there, at least in Spain, and therefore he's occupying board 5. Yeah, great talent. How is he doing here? I mean, he took on d4, which means that he's gonna get an isolated pawn, and then the trick is, of course, to get enough counterplay to play around that isolated pawn like you want with black. But is black going to achieve that? For example, after knight takes d4.
I don't really see the way to achieve that, and I don't see any tricks from black's side. I actually prefer white's position because I already see some tricks from white's side. Some knight f5 is coming. Also, the knight on a6 is on the rim at the moment. So if the knight comes to c5, then knight f5 will follow. And this will cause black some troubles. So maybe knight c5 is not actually a good move. On the other hand, what to do? Queen d7? I don't know.
Maybe queen d7 is an idea. I was thinking maybe this, and simply bishop f6. Not sure how good that is.
Maybe something of this
Maybe.
kind.
It looks a bit fishy somehow, yeah? Bishop f6. It's like, yeah, I have my doubts about this move. I think there should be something pretty good here for white, but maybe something like take and occupy the d6 square or something. But very complicated position anyhow, and I agree. I think I like white's position more. The time is a little bit in black's favor, but not too much. So yeah, all right. We'll see how this game is going to progress. Let's move on to the next one. Last board. Yeah, nothing's really happening here. Yeah. Not
Nothing is
yet, at least.
happening, yes, but again, Spain has a very strong girls board. Marta Garcia, she was 2400 at some moment. Well, I don't know the player who is playing for Switzerland. I don't know this young lady.
Yeah. And with that, just a quick reminder to everyone, the ratings that you see next to the players' names are not the official FIDE ratings. Those are the chess.com ratings. So it might be that someone just filled in, just got a new account on chess.com and that the rating is very, very low at the moment. So take that with a grain of salt, and we'll try to keep you updated, of course, who these players are and what their actual ratings are. All right. Yeah, I think this position is kind of dull. It still needs to, yeah, still some things need to be done here. It needs to be cleared up more or less. Okay, this looks like a very interesting position.
Oh, what's happening?
Portugal versus
What's
Albania, I
happening?
believe.
A white sacrifice some material and they decide to go directly, straightforward attack. Will it work? It
That's
may
the
work,
question. Is
maybe
that
not.
is that a question you can answer? Or are you like, nah, I'll see how it goes?
So what about knight g5, threatening bishop g7,
Hmm.
f6
I
or
I guess
no,
six
f6?
with 196.
Yeah,
What
6.
about simply a move like no?
Mm.
Hmm, not
Mm.
that clear. Yeah. Okay,
Maybe he
I'm gonna
suggested
do
a
it.
good move.
What
No,
about, wait,
but
what?
bishop f6, it may be a good move. Bishop f8, bishop g5. Queen g5, queen f8. Yes, we did give an exchange, but we got rid of all these attacking ideas and black is already 2 pawns up. And I
Yeah,
hope the bishop from a2 will not be trapped. And if we manage to get the bishop back, it will be just winning.
yeah, I agree. So this is a way for black to continue to play. Let's see what happened. Okay, it's still bishop takes a2. Um, yeah, we're waiting for white to make a move. I don't think there's anything else than knight g5.
Yes, because if white starts with taking on g7 first, then bishop g7, king g7, knight g5, and black simply plays h6.
Exactly, yeah. It should just be very, very good for black. All right, so very daring play by Frank, but Andre has played very well against Freds. Okay, I am a little bit curious to say. Okay,
Oh,
immediately,
immediately. Knight g5, bishop f6, instantly.
instantly, he knew what was coming. All right,
Yes.
so that means black is going to be very much fine. Let's take a look at another game. Actually, need to refresh
What
everything.
about the Netherlands? Roland, your
Exactly,
team.
exactly. Let's
Netherlands.
look.
Anish, where are you?
I have a hard time finding them. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, we
Nope.
have too many boards, too many games in progress. Just a little bit up. 3 up, and you will
Ah,
get Anish.
well, thank you
Yes.
very much.
Here
Okay.
it is, Anish. But do you like his position? It's a pawn up,
Uh,
but it's a bit shaky. His king.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I like this
I don't
for.
like his knight on c1. It's very passive.
Yep,
And where is he going to move his king? To g1?
most likely, yeah.
I hope not to h3, not to h... Oh, no, not h3 and h4.
Why?
Don't ask me. I am not Anish.
What is going
I
on?
I
Wait, the king
understand why.
h3.
Okay, Roland, just a second. I think I understand why he didn't want to play king g1 because he
Okay.
was concerned about the pin if queen b6 is coming and then bishop d3 and how to get rid of it.
That's a really good point. Maybe king f1, but then I
King
guess one
f1,
bishop
bishop
d3 check,
g2
yeah.
also.
And this wins material. Well, okay, but king h3, huh?
King h3, oh my god.
It doesn't look. It really looks bad, though. I mean, there should be a good way for black to make use of this weird king here. For
Maybe
example, what
queen
if you play queen
b6,
d6? Sorry?
threatening bishop g2, or maybe there is even something better.
Well, you do have rook e2. I guess you want to play something like h5 or
Yeah,
f5.
I'm trying to make it work, but you know, when you play h5, it may be double-edged. Maybe
Yeah, I
h5
agree.
now. h5, taking on
You could check
h5.
h5, g takes.
G takes h5.
Yeah, every check is met by g4 more or less, right? So that doesn't really help.
But look at this position. I don't think white has many moves, or they don't have any threat. So basically,
Yeah,
we can
that's
do
true.
anything we
Knight
want.
is totally stuck, so you can just play a move like rook e5,
Or
preparing h5.
yeah, prepare an h5, or maybe something else. Maybe even something like queen g6, bring the queen closer to that check.
Yeah, actually, combined with rook e5, you actually have rook h5 as a threat. That's actually
Oh,
good.
I really like this idea. I thought of it, but I forgot to mention it.
Yeah, that's what they all say. That's what they all say.
That's why it's good to have you.
Yeah, we can add each other. We
Yeah,
can
nice mate. I
nice
don't think
mate, but I
Anish
hate
would
that
be
I'm
happy.
doing this for Anish's opponent. I want Anish to mate, you know. So
But yeah, let's try to facilitate with
let's see. Rook e5 played, queen d4, queen e7.
So this is on the board.
Yeah, this is on the board. So threatening bishop
Oh.
g2. What can white do about this?
Queen e7 also threatened queen b4, but bishop d2 was
Just h5 now?
maybe queen e6 or queen f6.
Oh, that's a good move too. That's a sneaky
Queen
move, actually.
e6 threatening rook h5.
Yeah, so I think king h4 only move.
Oh my god. Are you serious, queen?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see what's happening here.
I hope Anish is not following this stream but then queen f6, king h3, and rook h5 at the very least, winning the queen.
Ah, that's true. That's true. Poor Anish. I don't think this is going so well for him. Queen e6 on the board. Oh boy. Not another upset, please.
I don't even know who his opponent is. I have never heard of Elias Sirosh.
Me neither. From Estonia, international master. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, international masters are, of course, very strong players as well. So, rook takes e4, queen takes e4. This looks like a winning endgame.
Just
Especially
queen
the knight.
g6.
Look at the knight. It has so many squares to go to. Yeah, not so. It doesn't have any squares to go to. That was my joke. Okay, queen d8,
Even...
king g7. The king is still on the rim.
Okay, it looks very bad for white. Bad day for Anish.
Really, really bad day for Anish. I can't take it anymore. Let's go on to the next game. Here you go.
Let's
Okay.
go. Maybe we'll see some. Oh, g5.
Mm,
g5 from Jordan Van Forest. Trying to trap the
yeah.
bishop. Is it a trap or there is bishop c7? Bishop c7,
Mm,
queen c7, queen f6. Maybe it's not
mm.
lost yet. Maybe it's not lost yet.
Knight e. No.
No. Bishop g7, I go back.
Ah, well, black is a pawn
But,
up then.
but, but black is still a pawn up. True.
Ah, there you go. Yeah.
But with
So
g5 is weakening the king.
knight
Knight
b3.
b3? Why? Why? I suggested how not to give material.
This is weird. After bishop c7, doesn't white simply have the better version?
Bishop c7.
Please do not play bishop c7.
Bishop c7.
Think it'll be good. Yeah,
let's
bishop
let's see
c7.
whose energy is stronger.
Yeah. Oh boy, no.
But I
King
believe
is
knight
really
b3 was played with the idea to retreat the bishop to d2 or c1. Okay,
might
d2.
also be true, yeah. Bishop d2, but I like bishop c7 a lot more. I mean, if you go back, then you are lacking some space, but maybe it's still fine after knight e5, queen e2. The rook is attacked.
Did we need knight e5? Maybe just something simple like bishop g7.
Yeah. So bishop d2, just bishop g7. White is still a pawn up. And okay, but after queen d3 or something, or rook e1, I don't think white is that bad actually.
No,
White has a lot of compensation for a pawn.
white has a clear compensation for the pawn. Two pairs bishop advantage. Also after g5, the king is weak. And g5 is weakness. This pawn is, you know, like a little bit hanging.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, interesting game. Let's move on to the next one.
I think we should look the girls, yes, because
Yes.
girls, this is the hope for the Netherlands.
Who run the world?
Rook d6. Look at this sacrifice. Rook d6. What a brilliant move. If bishop takes d6, we play knight takes b5, and we are winning, right?
Yep.
Why didn't you start with the girls?
I should start with the girls. That would make me
Start
feel a
with the
lot less
girls.
stressed, you know? Yeah. Knight to
That's it.
b5. Winning the queen. Looking good. Yeah, I think rook takes d6. How can black does not have to take, but then white is simply a pawn up. And after a move like, let's say I move my knight to c5, for example. Can you still break through somehow, or is it just going to be e5?
But on d6, there was a pawn on d6, I believe. So
Yeah, that's true.
if we just go back, we don't need that. But if we, even if we just, oh, knight a8.
Well, we're collecting all the knights in the rim. We had a knight on h8, we had a knight on h1, and now we have a knight on a8.
So the only one that is missing is the knight on a1. This will
Yeah.
come, don't worry. We still have, how many? 4 hours of coverage, yes.
Will we see the knight on a1? Chat, place your bets right now. Will we see a knight on a1? And then everybody is going to be so satisfied. The geometry. Oh, it's nice. Okay. Knight a8.
What was the idea behind knight a8? I am struggling to now find the idea.
Yeah, just maybe
If it was like black to move, I would prefer, you know, to play knight b6 back. I mean, if rook d6 doesn't work.
Yeah, me too, actually. Yeah, so if white plays a normal move, then this is probably the best move anyway. Yeah, yeah, well that's too bad. But yeah, okay, rook takes d6 on the board, very nice trick. Knight db6, rook d2, f6, knight e2. I like this move too. Knight d4, trying to put some pressure on e6. Yeah, just knight d4, maybe
Knight
even
d4, bishop g4.
g4.
Looks nice.
Looks nice, yeah.
What about the other boards?
Yep, I absolutely want to see that. So this is Rosa Ratsma.
Girls, once again, girls.
Yeah, Dutch girls are doing really, really good at the moment. Actually, she replaced Miss Peng on board 2, I believe, but she's starting off very nicely. So, well, this seems like a very straightforward win, actually.
It seems like white could resign 30 moves ago.
This is what
Oh,
happened.
queen f6, attacking both pieces.
Missed. I like it. All right, I like it for black. Let's go. Let's see. Here?
So did Anish get any chances? I don't believe. Oh no, he lost the game.
Anish lost his game. So that means I believe that he's got a half out of 3 points in the first day. That is upsetting. Yeah.
Oh, that's terrifying. Okay. Not a good day for Anish, but
yeah,
he will bounce back in the next games.
Yeah, of course.
And we wish him good luck. What is this? This is like, okay, it looks like very much winning for white.
I agree. Total domination over I need to use the green ones. White squares.
Yeah, also the attack is very strong. The bishop on g7 is super passive. Yep.
Looks over to me. You can also start pushing this pawn eventually. Knight f6, also an idea, by the way.
Yeah, bishop f5. Oh, okay, this is This is too good for white.
Mhm.
And that's all. Yeah, we covered all the boards from this match or not?
No, we still have one more
Oh,
board.
still have
It's-
one more.
Yeah. Elina Hubers, she's a very talented girl from the Netherlands, and she is, well, this is the first time. This is the first time she's playing, but I think she's doing very good. All right. And actually, everybody, since Anish is finished, um, yeah, that's all I'm going to say. We are going on a short break, everybody, and we will be back with an interview. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few minutes or even seconds.
The new intro, I'm excited about it.
Let's see. Hello, hello. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't see that we were live yet, but welcome back, everybody. And we have a special guest in the broadcast right here, Mr. Anish Giri. Welcome. How are you feeling today?
Thanks, Roland. Yeah, no, today has been a tough day for me, but I hope the team will win the third match and we still keep chances. I mean, not so bad. We made 2 draws. It could be better, but it could also be worse. I think it's not so bad. I think we have chances. Tomorrow is supposed to be a relatively easy day, and then the day after will be very important, I guess.
Yeah, and today you also had strong opponents, of course, with Italy and what was the first one again with Spain, I believe?
No, the Spain, the Slovenia. Slovenia was quite tough.
Slovenia, yeah.
Spain is going to be in the last round, I believe. It's going to be exciting.
Okay, that's actually a nice one. That's the big clash, I believe. Yeah,
for sure, yeah.
So, can you tell us a bit about how you approached this tournament? About what did you prepare, or did you check some opponents or something, or?
Yeah, it was a little bit difficult. Honestly, I'm quite busy these days. There were too many things happening at the same time, so it was a little bit tough. But I think some of my teammates are quite well prepared. They were preparing for the tournament, and that's important. I hope we'll get to the second stage, and there I hope to demonstrate my best qualities. Hopefully, after some rest.
Yeah, maybe you just need a warm up or something just to get.
Warm up or cool down or one of the two.
Right.
Anish, really appreciate your appearance. Thanks for coming to our broadcast. Let's forget a bit about the games because it's not the most important thing. Anish, you are a famous chess player. You are in the top 10. You became also a famous streamer. Please do check Anish's channel on YouTube. You are also a famous Insta blogger. So which activity is actually your favorite?
Insta blogger. I wouldn't exaggerate. I don't think Insta blogger. I have an account. I have an Instagram account, but
you are very active there.
Yeah,
and we
relatively speaking,
like it so much.
Yes, I am quite active. No, it's true. That's why. I mean, honestly, the timing now has been a bit tough. Also, a lot of other things that I have been going. For example, with the I've been recording some French series for Chessable, so it's also there. like lots of stuff happening at the same time, because at some point it seemed like there's going to be nothing happening, but then everything happened. And and also this tournament, but yeah, really very busy. And well, hopefully chess fans have lots to enjoy these days. Lots of tournaments, lots of action, lots of many streamers. I saw you are also quite active, and well, I mean, never before we had so much chess content out there. Now, whenever you go to YouTube or Twitch or any platform, you see at least like 5 active streamers. It's really very nice to see, for sure. Very entertaining for the chess fans, definitely.
Absolutely. What do you think about the tournament in general, like the format and such? Could you tell a bit about your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I guess the organizers have thought it through. It's probably very difficult to organize such a massive event. And I guess breaking it into chunks like they did is very clever. Otherwise, it would be very hard to manage, so many on the same server, so many games, so many different arbiters needed at the same time. And I guess this is the best way. And slowly but surely, we'll reach the finals, and then the best teams will qualify there. So I think that's very interesting system. I also hope that my team will qualify to the, to these best stage. I don't know how it's called, the top stage or top group or
first top division.
Division. Yeah, the top division. Hope we'll qualify there. I think it's quite fun. And I mean, lots of good rules in place to make sure that the fair play is observed. I think it's all good. Obviously, a very different experience than the real Olympiad. I mean, the real Olympiad, you're traveling, you're sitting there for like 2 weeks. This is very different. But still, in these times, you got to compensate for lack of real life events. And I think this is the best we can do in terms of Olympiad. And I guess it's also good that lots of top players play, but also lots of amateurs. The combination is always great.
Yeah, I agree there. Actually, I have one last question, because I also live in the Netherlands, and I'm thinking, like, how are you dealing with the heat?
I have air conditioner. No, my house is perfect. I have air conditioner, so I have no issues at all. I'm in a jacket right now, as you can see. It's quite warm here. It's quite cold, so quite chilly actually here because of the aircon. So I have no problems. It's very nice. These days it's been very hot, in Holland. Very hot.
Yeah, it's really hot.
Yeah, you look really red and sweaty, and
Well, thank you.
No, you still look wonderful, but the signs of the heat are.
Yeah, I know. It's really hot in my apartment at the moment. Yeah, because I don't know. I have a small fan, not a big air conditioner, but
no, these air conditioners, they are really hard to install. We are quite fortunate. We had it from the start when we moved in, and it's like a full system. It's not so easy. Like there has to be like a bunch of stuff in the ceiling, but once it's done, it's pretty good. Although of course you have still the issue of like you can have a sore throat and all that, but it's better than just collapsing from the heat, for sure.
Yeah, stay hydrated, folks. Absolutely. Okay, thank you, Anish, for coming on the broadcast. It was absolutely a pleasure.
Sure. And I just saw our team is crashing through, so that's.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, and by
nice,
the way,
nice.
I'm also really hoping that, of course, the Netherlands will qualify for the top division.
For sure.
I'm rooting for that, of course.
Thank you. Okay, thanks, guys.
Stay positive the way you are, and good luck to you and your team. I am sure you'll bounce back in the next games.
Thank you.
And we're back, everybody. So yeah, it was a pleasure having Anish on the show just for a little while. Yeah, his results weren't great. I think he is a little bit upset about that, even though he doesn't show it. But yeah. So, okay, let's move on with this red and sweaty guy. I think that's how he called me anyway. So we're back and let's move on with the rest of the games. I think the Netherlands are doing actually pretty good, even though Anish is, it was all fun and jokes, by the way. Yeah, even though Anish lost the game, let me see. This is, for example, a mate of the last board. Eline Ruber winning against Linda Maria Poel, so that's a good result. Let's see how Xamax is doing. Max Warmerdam with the white pieces against Alexei Garanin. So I think the white is just absolutely winning here. So
You won.
yeah, he won. Let's move on.
And the girls who are winning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
the
is one of
girls
the
are
girls.
still winning. Anna Haas is completely winning. Just queen takes e6.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah, this is just absolutely winning. Just yeah, a rook versus a knight and an extra pawn. So yeah, this is looking also very good. And white already won. All the results are in. It seems that the Netherlands has won. So let's move on to some games that are still playing.
What about Spain versus Switzerland?
Well, your
Because
wish is
it's
my
an
command. Here's Anna
important match.
Magnatsa. Board 3, this is, I believe. And what do you think? Is black winning or?
Is black winning immediately or not immediately? Yeah, maybe just rook f6, take on c6, and knight f2. Is it winning?
Yeah, might very well be true. First
Knight
knight
f3.
f2. So rook f6, king goes. Not here, by the way. Let's go here.
Here, no, this one
Actually
is also
take.
pretty easy.
So
But
king
king
c7.
c7, and then a rook c6, king c6, and knight f2. Looks winning.
Looks absolutely winning. Yeah.
But it was not played.
Not played. Instead, it's knight f2 on the board. Rook b1, king a5. Rook b5. White's trying to grab all the pawns.
But king a6, rook g5 doesn't work because of the same idea, rook f6.
Yeah,
and
rook
rook
c6 and rook takes c6. Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Maybe it's still winning.
Seems like it. Do we have another game in this match? It seems that we do. Board 1 is still going on. So let's move to the. This is board
your
1.
favorite endgame.
Is
You
it?
wanted to cover this endgame, yes. Okay, but we will be back. Yeah, it just started, or how many moves were played? No, not so many. Oh, we will be back with this game because this game will be played for the next 130 moves. So let's check the other games first.
Yeah, I totally agree there. Actually, isn't white now a little bit in zugzwang? The rook cannot move. Okay, but just g5 should be a draw.
G5, rook g5, then you have to be careful with that.
King h.
King h6.
Is there a way that black can already win here?
Just a second. Just a second.
King h6.
Knight g5.
Is king f7 perhaps? Is this winning?
King f7. I really like.
I
liked.
I wasn't a fan of that one. But let's see. Rook g3.
Could be a mistake. I don't know.
Rook f1 looks normal. h6. King f7. Do you think
maybe
it's
this
a draw
check
now?
on d7 was not necessary?
Yeah, maybe that wasn't necessary. We can go back. Probably rook g7 is just a draw now. Then the rooks have to keep moving.
Stalemate.
Yeah, exactly. But in this position, it was looking like black was winning, but king f7 was looking pretty good.
And
with the idea that, I think this is the idea, and then knight g5. What do you think?
yes, if king h6, then rook g8. Sounds very good. Yeah, and I think there is no defense. Knight g5 and rook h8, simply winning. The rook, if not king h6, then the rook couldn't move to...
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my mistake. So king here, king f7, yeah.
So the rook can only play on the h file. If rook h3, then knight g5 fork. If rook... And if rook h... Yeah. This is the mate, so rook h5.
Rook h5 only
But
move.
rook h5, it's the same. Rook g7. If king
King
h6,
goes.
then rook g6. If king h8, then rook g8. And
Yeah,
yeah.
it's all the same. Yeah, always knight g5 is coming. Wow, this was a rook knight ending that was winning for black, it seems.
Yeah, so king
Incredible.
h5 was a big mistake.
Yeah, yeah.
White had
It
to
was,
give
it
the g4 pawn immediately.
was a big
But
mistake indeed, yeah.
but
So
this
let's
was not
see.
played, and
Oh,
now
okay, this.
now it's a draw. Or it's not a
Yeah,
draw.
wait, this is winning for black.
Maybe
White
it's not
cannot
a
do
draw because
anything.
there, yeah,
Oh,
it's some
wow.
unimportant placement of the rook because there is no check.
Yeah, if the rook was here, then you could have checked, but the rook is here, and now there's no check because of the knight. So, wow, that's harsh. Black won. What a crazy game. Well
And
played by David Anton.
and what is what is game important for the match score?
Well, we can see on the left what the current score is. So
This is a
1-0 for Switzerland at the moment. So nothing for Spain at the moment. So nothing going on just yet there. Yeah, other results, not a lot of results there. So yeah,
Alexei
we'll just,
Hero won his game.
mhm. Let's see. Sheriff won, like you said. A draw, a draw, a win for Spain. I think Spain is crushing it here. Spain is taking it to town in this match, I guess. Yeah,
Seems
I
like they
think
won.
Spain,
Yeah,
I think they won 5-1 or something.
that's
Right, let's see if I can find some games. I don't see any more games. Let's take a look.
and that means if Spain won, they are the leaders. So it's the
Yeah,
change in the leaderboard.
Switzerland versus Spain was the leading match. All right, yeah, we're waiting for the results to come in. Let's take a look at what happened in round one, Pool D. Yeah, let's see, because Pool D, the first round was playing at the same time as round three in Pool C. So here you go, round one. Norway seems to be winning against Iceland, already winning the match. Croatia won against Chile. Sweden winning against Ireland with 5-1. Serbia winning against Guatemala 4-1. Still one game to go, but the match is over. And Turkey winning 4-0 against Denmark. So yeah, those are the first. Those was the first round of Pool D. And actually with this, we are gonna go on a short break. And after that, we are of course coming back with some more coverage there. So yeah, stay tuned, everybody. We will be back, and yeah,
Maybe
stay tuned.
before that, because I got the results actually, so I'll just quickly mention the results. Spain won versus Switzerland 5-1. Albania beat Portugal 5-1. North Macedonia won versus Jordan 4.5 to 1.5. And Netherlands beat Estonia 5-1. And Italy won versus Slovenia with a small margin 3.5 to 2.5. So that's it. And now I think we are allowed to go for a short break.
Yeah, that was very good. Yeah, the results on our page need to be refreshed, but I think the chess results are a bit faster. So if you want to be quick and see the results sooner, then you can take a look there. Absolutely. So once again, closing off, we're going to go on a break, and we'll be back later with more coverage of the 2020 online Olympiad.
See you. Bye-bye.
All right, and we are back. Yeah, we still had something, of course, to show everyone because, well, the rounds have finished. Round three in Pool C and round one in Pool D. So we want to give you a full update of the standings in the pool so far. So Pool C is now also finished with Spain and Italy leading in the pool, and Albania on the third place, and the Netherlands bouncing back with a win in that pool. And also Pool D, as you can see, the first round has been played. Turkey winning, Sweden winning, Serbia, well, what do you know, winning, Croatia also winning, and Norway, yeah, also winning. All right, there you go. That is round one for Pool D. And yeah, that is something that we wanted to give you, of course. And of course, also we've got here the round two of Pool D, the pairings to show you. So here you go. Norway, Denmark, Guatemala, Turkey, Ireland, Serbia, Croatia, Sweden, Iceland, Chile. Those matches will all be played during our break. We are going to go on a longer break. Yeah, because we also need to have some dinner, some food, some drinks. We need to pet our dogs, our cats, our guinea pigs and such. So we will be back in an hour for more chess, of course, and then we will be covering further Pool D and also the start of Pool E. So stay tuned. We will be back in an hour or so.
Yes, see you in 1 hour, and we will cover the last games for today of Pool D and Pool E. So yes, see you in 1 hour. 1 hour starting from now. See you.